Hello, everybody. What's up, guys? Welcome to the first Wizard 101 video on this channel. Yeah, first Wizard 101 video. So, I wanted to make a video based on my ideas, what I think could be added to the game, what we could be doing, what they could change, and like word ideas, just many different ideas that they could do. So, with that being said, um, oh my gosh, as I'm recording this, Jack Spectacle liked my tweet. Oh my gosh. Man. But yeah. Oh, man, Jack Spectacle, he's a wonderful person. Okay. Okay. So, with being said, the first idea is, alright, let's go to, let's go into this wizard and let's go to the home and check on the garden. Okay, garden's doing good, garden's doing good. Alright, we're just gonna sit behind this fountain. Oh, I kind of wish we can go into first person. But, not first person, but third person. Well, not third person, but like you can see your front view, if you know what I mean. Alright, so my first idea was a world idea. Because I think that would be very, very cool. Overall, I think like the world idea that I thought is like revisiting Wizard City, like a Wizard City Part 2. Like make it all dark and eerie. Like what I exactly put down is like Ambrose gets captured, someone wrecks the entire Wizard City, all the buildings are collapsed. So maybe like the source of magic is somewhat in magic in Wizard City, or like even in like it's part of Bartleby, I'm pretty sure too. Like so they can make it where it's a bit more disaster, and you have to rebuild Wizard City to bring the magic back. So maybe like as the Wizard City like as you go back, you start from what the heck? But you start from the start of okay. So what I'm saying is like when you get there, you start off weak when you go to that world. So maybe like for example, like my spells right here, maybe I would have to need to start using Imp again and start using Leprechaun again. Or even like make it with some spells that I never used that much before, like I don't use Spiny Sword or I don't know, like there's some spells like isn't really used or like this spell, which I think this is used for a PvP spell. Is that correct? I can't really remember. Or like I don't really use. There's a minion spell. I think. Where is it at? Make it where you have to use minions during the fight or something. Make it where it's more interesting or like just making it where you start off weak and then as you go throughout the world, you get more stronger, and so the magic starts to come back as more you rebuild. So then you can start using your stronger, and you could even get like new spells that start off for that new world or something. I don't know. Would be pretty interesting. Uh, I think be able to rebuild it. Actually, like, you know, since we can actually be able to place down blocks like this to rebuild Wizard City. I think would be cool. It'll be something different. And, uh, since, you know, you're going crazy, you're used to using magic all the time, and since the magic is starting off bad, when you get there, you could even have like illusions popping up for the world, so like you're seeing things you don't know what to think of because magic is like a thing that you're used to. So it going away, your body's not used to it. So then you're starting to see things. You're like, wait, is this real? Is this actually fake? And so that's when some things can actually happen. Fights might actually not be fights, and you're just in a dream. And so you think you're actually fighting that enemy, but you're not actually fighting that enemy, if you know what I mean. Like, kind of like a dream realm, but it's not. Uh, like the Wizard City could be like all red and looking, and like everything's crumbling down. Um, like some buildings that I made, uh, some areas that could be renamed as like instead of the commons, it could be crumbled commons. Instead of the shopping district, it could be restricted district, and etc. etc. Mobs could be like and bosses could be like corrupted villagers, like Blood Raven Eye being like a boss because he got corrupted. Glass mirrors are kind of like reflecting on the magic of you, so putting on weaknesses or even using own spells like copying you. Something like that, something pretty cool. Changing up the UI or something. I don't know. That would be pretty cool. Like to see a reflection of the spell that you just used, so then it's going to use that spell next on you. So I think that would be pretty cool. That's pretty much the entire world idea for one of the worlds that I thought they could do. And the next world idea I thought would be pretty cool is an entire based puzzle world. Maybe just a few bosses there and there. But where, let's say, like, we go here and there's a whole new world and we go, yeah, we're going to be call it, I don't know what they could call it, but like, let's say for example, I let's just make an example. Let's say, okay, I'm going to Celestia. Celestia is a whole new world. Okay, we got here. And then you go here, and there's going to be like 8 dungeons. That's literally all the world is. 8 dungeons. But think of it. Think of it. Each dungeon could take up to 2 hours. Because of the puzzles and the or even some it could be less. But they're like puzzles, and you have to do kind of like dungeons in Legend of Zelda. You go to you go there, and you do the puzzles. You figure out what you do. Even they could even add some cool, unique items, and like I know like this was a 101, okay, but I'm kind of going a little far out because I them putting uniqueness and something different into the game would be pretty cool. So doing an entire base puzzle world would be cool. Changes up the pace. You get to do something different. You're not just fighting, and so yeah. But don't get me wrong. Add some fights in that world a little bit, but most of it being puzzles would make it a perfect world. Like of course, like every 2 dungeons could be like a boss fight or something, and then like the final be like how normal worlds will work, like maybe like 3 boss fights at the end. But do something like that. It would be pretty interesting to change up the pace. Um, so yeah. The third one is seed bag. I think seed bag should definitely be a thing. We got a Joel bag. I don't see why it's any different. Why we can't get a seed bag. Um, I don't know how much to tell you that my bag mainly gets filled because of seeds. So I feel like it needs their separate bag, and I don't see how difficult it could be. They could even add like elixirs to upgrade your seed bag, or even make it where you can find stuff throughout the world to upgrade your seed bag, like a crafting thing, or even just a separate side quest or something to upgrade your seed bag. It would be pretty interesting. Definitely something that they need to do. I feel like it's definitely a need. Yeah, like while yes, I do know they have the thing where you can upgrade your bag and your elixir. It's really not that really great. Let's me be honest. Like yes, you can go up to 300. Even then, seeds could still fill up your bag. But yeah. Another thing, increase gold capacity to 1 million. I don't see why it's not completely up there yet. It should no need be for it to still be 575,000 gold cap. Yes, I get it. There isn't really much use, and that's why I think seeds could be having a separate like garden shop, kind of like you can go to Farley, buy some seeds, or you can each ward have a different seed shop, and you just use gold to buy them, and maybe even upgrade up the prices and some of it and something. I just think it definitely needs to be changed. Upgrade the capacity of the gold. Make crafting more useful than it already is, so add like new gear sets, like what I said, even make the seed bag, you can make the seed bag what's craftable, and that you could even add capacity to it, and you have to go find some rare harvests, or even like ultra rare harvests, you can add a new harvest material, and I don't know, like there's so many things that you could do with to make it a little bit more unique, different, and different. Change it. I don't know. I'm just repeating myself. But yeah, definitely would be really cool. I really like Celestia. Celestia is my favorite word in this game. Let me be honest. Like, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. But yeah, definitely think making crafting more useful than it already is would definitely be great. They could even do some spell quests where you actually have to craft a spell. I think it would get people more introduced into crafting more, because there's still plenty of people that don't craft. So, number 6, upgrade UI, and the words of Arc 1. Upgrade UI is meaning like this. Like, this could be upgraded. Like, you see all these pixels, you can upgrade this look better. Like, Wire, yes, still looks good. Overall, they could still make it look better, upgrade it, make it look a little bit better. And, like, when you go to, for example, when you go to, like, the word select, you're eventually going through so much. And yes, if you have a quest selected, it automatically goes to that word for you now. I do think going through all these words sometimes could be a little bit of a pain sometimes. So they can make like a big book or something that opens up and it shows all the words together. And as you select them, then it shows their image and stuff thing. I feel like it would be pretty cool, a pretty neat idea. Like, as a text bar is down here and you see all the words as you go. And it's kind of like still like this, and then but this picture would be up above in the book. It would be pretty cool just having all these like down in one area, and then you select them and then you still see the picture as you go. Something unique I think that should be changed. That could be a different UI change that they could do. And then the next thing is changing how Arc 1 worlds look. Clock isn't horrible, but it definitely needs a little polish. It needs to be upgraded, but don't make it where it looks exactly like Mirage. So let me be honest, my least favorite has to be Mirage and Execta in the game. Um, but Mushu also needs an upgrade, because when you go to Mushu, this Boom Boo is very 2D, it could be 3D, and I don't see why it's not changed yet. It could definitely be changed, and I don't know, just make Mushu look better overall. I think Mushu is probably like one of the worst worlds to the way from it looks. I don't know. I don't really like Mushu either, but it's not bad. I don't really dislike it. But it's mainly like you look at the stuff all the time, and I think it definitely could be changed to 3D. Um, but just the entire Wolf going definitely needs to be a big upgrade, and I know which I think they're trying to do. They're very far along in Wizard City, and Wizard City is looking fantastic. So yeah, definitely needs change. But I'm gonna go back to Celestia, my favorite world. Uh, okay. So that's pretty much what it. So number 7 is Quest Reworks, which a lot of people has mixed opinions about some of it, but I think Quest Reworks aren't bad, and I think they need to do them. Uh, though, of course, like someone mentioned before that I watched, I think them somehow to do a classic mode for quests, so then you can go do all the normal quests the way it was before. Don't know how difficult that would be, but I definitely think it would be possible. Definitely think. I don't think all the words need redone with their quest work, but there are some that actually do, and one of them is Exacta. Okay, I don't know why. I have no clue. But Exacta still feels longer than Chrysalis, and it's not. Like, there's 197 quests in Exacta, and there is 277 in Chrysalis, and Exacta still feels longer than Chrysalis, and that is a problem. It definitely needs to be fixed. I don't I don't think it's that hard, so I don't know. I think a few of the quests where you go from Twins Giants all the way to Salt Meadow, then back to the Mangrove Marsh, or etc. etc. I think some of those could be taken out. Take off the extra heavy load from Exacta. I don't know. Because I want to like Exacta, because I like the architecture, I like the texture, the looks, the designs, the mob looks. But it's just like, oh my gosh, it's a pain to go through. Number 8, we work holiday events. Even add like reward system to it. Like, complete the Halloween event, you get like a pumpkin wand or a pumpkin pet, and like some, or even like some pumpkin housing items or like Halloween housing items. Same thing with the winter. It could be like a snowman pet and some housing. I don't know. Like, make it a little bit different too. Like putting Christmas lights up in the shopping district, and or placing, trying to build snowmans in Colossal Boulevard, and going to Firecracker Alley to, I don't know. There's different things that they could do to make, the holiday events a little bit more interesting. Make people want to actually play on the holiday events, because that's when I normally in games like to go and play games the most, is when they have those events, because they're pretty sick. Um, Number 9 is what everyone's been saying by so far, is make Wizard City free. I mean, let's go look at this. Like, look. Hang on, I got something to show you. So, if once you get to this point at this game, you got so many worlds to go for. You got Wizard City, Crocotopia, Mollybone, Mushu, Dragonspire, Grizzle, Celestia, Wisteria. You have Faria, Avalon, Execta, Chrysalis, Polaris, Arcana, Mirage, Emperor, and then you even have Caramel and Lemuria. Uh, at this point, in the game, there's no reason Wizard City should not be free. I think Wizard City should be free. Uh, it, I mean, get more people hooked in the game, Let them actually finish Wizard City and then put a paywall behind it. And yes, paywalls suck, but they gotta make money somehow. And I think the $10 a month is worth it. Of course, if you want to save money, you can actually save like $20 if you just pay $60 a year. And because, if you actually pay $10 a month, you're actually paying way more. So actually, no, you're saving way more than $20. So if you pay $10 a month, if you do 10, you do 10 times 12, and that's how much you're paying a year. You might as well just go for the year thing when they have deals. Focus on adding new spells. In my personal opinion, I don't know if anyone else feels this, but at the beginning, you get spammed with spells at like level 5, level 8, level 10, level 12, level 16, level 18, and stuff like that. You get spammed with so many spells. Like, it does not make sense why there is... I don't know, like, as you get along, it's just like there isn't as much spells that you're getting rewarded with, and some of them don't feel rewarding enough. And so I think they need to focus on adding the spells before some of the new worlds. Even though I said new world ideas, even then, I think some of the stuff that what I'm saying should be changed before new worlds get added. Number 12 is upgrade the AI, make the AI a little bit more smart, make the fights a little bit more interesting. Like I was saying before, with the Mirror idea for like a Wizard City Part 2 would be pretty interesting. I don't know, just change up the AI, change how they do things. Number 13, gear sets. I don't know if this is already a thing, because I'm not like completely into all the gear sets yet. But like critical block gear, where you can actually full critical block everything. Even pierce critical block, so like mobs could have full critical block. So like you can actually crit on them, but then you can get pierce for critical block, and then you can actually pierce through the critical block. Pretty interesting. That's just some ideas that I kind of thought of in my head. Another thing is number 14, fishing competition events, adding rewards. It could be like a monthly thing, a weekly thing, but make it where people would actually have more incentive to actually go fish. Definitely make fishing a little bit more useful. Um, So, you know how with pets we feed them snacks? There could be something different for mounts. I don't know. This may be a little bit off, but there could be something different for mounts. And it may be a stupid idea, but they could do something with fishing with mounts or something. I don't know. It's something weird. It doesn't matter if they don't do that, but just make fishing a little bit more rewarding. So like competition, like I said. There's even some spell ideas that I thought of, and so like for life, AoE attack spells could be like animal stampeding out of a jungle, hitting all the enemies for like a certain amount of damage per pip. I think it should be a per pip thing. I think it would be pretty cool. And then little insects. And then the second attack spell for AoE could be like little insect starts coming out of the barrier or ground, piles up, turns into a giant leaf, smacking all the enemies real hard. I think that would be a pretty interesting AoE spell for life. And then I made up a heal spell for life, where there's like these leaves that actually heal you, but a fountain like comes up, squirts of special healing water, extinguishing the flames and healing you. So it's dropping everywhere, and so then the leaves like end up making a special water healing you. I don't know. It's a weird spell idea, but it's pretty cool in my books, in my head at least it is. Um, Attack spells that I think should be for every school. So let's say like I'm balanced on this one. There could be a shadow spell that where you could spawn summon your professor. I'm trying to figure out the word. Summon your professor, and they come to you and they do spells, different spells that you haven't seen yet that is unique to that professor, and then they do spells to the enemies for you. I think that would be pretty cool, like a little summon spell for each school for their own professor. Something that I really thought that would be pretty unique. Don't see why we don't have one of those like that. I don't know if they ever thought about that. And then one last idea is, what if the players could pull off cheats on some bosses and enemies? So you know how bosses and enemies could cheat on us, where sometimes we can't feed them, or we can't blade, or every 3 rounds we have to blade them. What if the same thing goes with bosses and enemies that we can pull off on them? Like we could select a certain cheat at the beginning of the round or something like that. I don't know. How would that sound? Would that be too much, or would that be cool, kind of cool to see a different gameplay aspect? I don't know. Like it would be pretty interesting to see. But that was all of my ideas that I thought would be pretty cool to see in game, or somewhat some of it in game or changed. Uh, yeah, I think another thing is I don't know, that's really all I really have to say. I think the game, they could even do, okay, this is one actual idea off on top of my head, but it's totally random. They could even do an entire world based on like giants, and you eventually can have an item where you turn so big and you're smashing into things. I don't know, that seems so stupid, but it seems so cool. I don't know why. And so then people think that you're a villain, and then you have to find a special, make a special potion and stuff and get small again. And then maybe you actually eventually turn very small, so then you have to go to tiny spots and stuff like that. I don't know. That may sound really stupid, but it sounds kind of cool in my head. Okay, but anywho, that was all of my ideas that I thought were something that they could do. But if you guys did like this video, you guys can like it down below. I also have all these ideas posted on my Twitter account. I'm gonna post that link down in the description below. But anyway, without further any, okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.